What's up, kids? Hey, we're 1095 on our Climbing the Rating Ladder series. We're going to do another 15 plus 10. I'm going to try and explain my thought process as I go, and I'm going to try and win. And so the question is, first question, what colour are we going to have? Okay, I'm going to play in English, just because I'm enjoying myself with the English. It's not kind of spicy, but there's nice things. I mean, sometimes you get this like queenside attack. Okay, it doesn't really matter a huge lot whether you start by fianchettoing your bishop or developing this knight. It seems people play different ones. Shall we dare a 0% San Miguel at the same time? Living dangerously. Okay, they've come out and not pinned my knight. So, whatever. Cheers. Cheers, my dears. Opponent's screen name is 12909. And they've taken the knight. Okay. There's a couple of things that I slightly disapprove of about this. It's not majorly bad. I mean, it's an equal trade, material for material, a bishop for a knight, nominally worth about 3 points. However, giving up a bishop this early in the game for a knight is maybe not the smartest thing. I'm going to take back the d-pawn, in fact, here. Didn't have to. But the reason is, I just wanted to keep my... No, and I can just take this now. Just take this now. Okay, so one thing is, I can now choose to steer the game towards an open board, right? Which means that I'm going to try and avoid having pawns locked off against each other. There ain't no d-pawn anyway on black side of the board, so that's okay. I could just do this now and build a massive light squared pawn chain. I'm kind of drawn to that, and one reason is because I have a dark squared bishop. Black does not have a dark squared bishop. Therefore, my dark squared bishop will have free passage in and out of this pawn chain, right? Whereas black's light squared bishop will not. So it will suffer slightly. So that's one reason. Another reason I disapproved of this move here is because he's just spent 2 of his opening moves, very important moves, high value moves that you've got to be able to kind of, they're investments. You've got to be able to prove the value that you get from these opening moves, right? He's spent 2 of his moves bringing a piece out into the board and then disappearing it. Right? So he's not got much to show for it. Now, I can go ahead and fianchetto here. I could develop this bishop and pin the knight, which I kind of like, particularly, again, seeing as he's thrown away an important resource. He's thrown away his dark squared bishop. He hasn't got one. So how's he going to block that? Well, he ain't. You know, he can't block it with the knight, because that square's covered. He can never block it with the light squared bishop, because it's the wrong colour. So that looks like a reasonable move to me. Another reasonable move is to fianchetto. I'm not going to be able to stop black from castling. I can't see any way of doing that. Notice this pawn is also undefended. No, I'm okay, you know, I'm a pawn up now already. My opponent has not made any progress up the board whatsoever in 7 moves. Right, I think I can just play b3 here. If he wants to takey, then he's giving himself, yes, he's isolated my a-pawn, but he's isolated his own a-pawn, and his c-pawn is now isolated too. These are positional considerations. Now, it just seems like he wants to trade ski everything off ski. So, couple of thoughts here. Couple of thoughts. We're in the opening phase of the game. Therefore, I want to get my junk out in the board. Okay? So, option 1 for getting junk out in the board, attack this knight. Pins it to the queen, yes? Therefore, the knight is no longer controlling this square. Because right now he's got 1, 2, 3 attackers. I don't know what the Spanish is for attacker. Right, and I've only got 2... No, I haven't. I've got 3 defenders. So strike that idea. However, pinning the knight would remove one of the attackers on that piece. It would also develop my bishop. Okay. Another idea is queen a4, pinning this pawn, so it can't even take. Then I'm even threatening to take the pawn. Now that there's no risk of exchange of queens. And knight can't take back, because then queen takes with check and a fork on the rook. So that's also a good move. How do we figure out which is best? Okay, well, the way you figure out which is best is what's going to happen if I play A, B, C, etc. So this, he could take anyway. We exchange pawns. Life goes on. This he can't take. So but then you've got to think, okay, he can't take, but then what will he do? Well, what about bishop d7? Bishop d7 now threatens pawn takes pawn with a discovery on the queen. So it's like, if I do this, will he find that move? Well, you've got to assume he will. Bishop d7, I take, bishop just takes, defended by the knight. And my queen's on here and has to move. So let's strike that idea. So I'm going to play this one just for giggles, see what happens. If he takes, I can just take back with the pawn. Or I can take back with the bishop. But my bishop's doing a fine job here. My bishop's, got long range dreams of eradicating this rook from its little sniper's nest over on g2. He took. Well. If I take the knight here, and he takes with the queen, that pawn is mine. Or if I just take the pawn, it's mine anyway. Hang on, queen takes, I take knight. Yeah, it's... let's say I just develop a knight, right? No, I take the pawn, queen takes, I take knight. Let's say he trades queens. G takes, and that's bad for black, but he has won his pawn back. If I do this, if I take the knight and G takes, happy days. His pawn structure is rubbish. But I also just have 3 attackers. I could even... Bishop takes is a thought, because knight takes just isn't on then, because it drops that. So I can just take it with the bishop. And then there might even be ideas of... Is that a possibility? Might be a possibility. There, and he can't... Oh, he can, because the rook defends the queen. Okay, I think bishop takes is alright. I think bishop takes knight. Queen takes, I just win the pawn back. If G takes, he's messed up his stuff. Let's take with this bishop. Still got 10 minutes 50 left. This is kind of the length of time you should think about rapid, and I'm attacking the rook, yeah? Bishop can't block, because it's lost. Knight can't block, because it's lost. With a check and a discovery on the queen, and all hell breaks loose. Alright. Well, I think the obvious move is this, isn't it? With tempo. And then we win the rook. Yeah? So that was a very bad counter-attack. It seems like it's upping the danger levels, but then you've got to say, what's my opponent's best response? And any time you launch a counter-attack, you have to say to yourself, can my counter-attack be counter-attacked itself? And now look, now you've got a rook on prise and a queen on prise. And you can't save both. You take that, I take you back. And you've buggered it. Well and truly beruggered now. The Kramnik-Shirov counterattack, apparently that was. There you go. You heard it here first. So you know what I'm enjoying. What I'm liking about the English is I'm getting fresh, clean boards that I've never seen before. You know, not from this side of the board anyway. And we're just getting on to chessing. We just start chessing, and it's it's nice. It kind of feels fresh. It's not the English per se, but it's just the fact that I'm doing something new. Yeah, we give a pawn back, but we're up a whole rook. Also, if you take that pawn, don't have rook c1, skewer on the queen and the bishop. You can defend by going back here. You can't go back there. So queen takes this, rook c1. You could also take this pawn, but that drops the bishop and also the rook. Yeah? So I'm going to play this anyway. You now have to find this move. I'm thinking probably it's time to complete development. Okay, so yeah. So now what? Kind of like that. I could even just threaten like queen c2, queen takes, but then he's just going to castle. So I think we have to accept that opponent is going to castle unless I throw in, for example, bishop b4. Now bishop b4 is one of those odd kind of moves that I call a grown-up move. Because I'm trying to prevent my opponent's ideas rather than just push forward with my own. Now he could take here, but that fails because I take there, right? The point of this is I want to prevent him castling. And why do I want to prevent him castling? Well, preventing him castling, I think at this point in the game, is more advantageous for me than anything else I can think of. Okay, so he's defended the bishop. And he still can't castle. Yes? So let's take stock. The knight is undefended. Alright, this is also under attack, so undefended pieces, that is actually defended, that pawn, and everything else kind of tied together on black side of the board, okay? This, and we have a threat on here, you can even put that in red. Alright, we are defining the problem space right now. Am I worried about this pawn? Is this pawn precious to me? Not particularly, but then bishop c4, I kind of like. If it was a legal move. Which of course it isn't. And no, I'm not high. I've had my breakfast and I'm drinking a 0% beer. That's it. Okay. That is defended by everything. This bishop is now super well defended. It's defended 4 times, no less. Okay. However, he still can't castle. And the point of still can't castle is one of his most powerful pieces is still in the box. I mean, so's one of mine, but I've got 4 pieces out in play. I should probably think about getting more. Now, we weren't worried about this before because we were planning on taking the bishop here. So I could just secure that. Let's just secure this for now, right? This is an idea, but he's attacking it twice, so that doesn't work. Okay, I'm not sure what the point of that is. Because actually that does allow this move, doesn't it? Then he'll probably play like queen here with ideas of coming in there. He still can't castle. Let's have a think. Here he just comes here with ideas of queen f2. I can just block there. He thinks about pushing his pawn up. I attack the queen. I don't know. Or even knight here just defends f2. I mean, it's a weird looking move, but it doesn't make it wrong. Nothing wrong with being weird looking in chess. That's undefended. I mean, he could like do this. I'm up a rook, right? I'm threatening to take the knight outright, which is, I mean, bishop blocks I think is his only legal move there. It's just a different way of looking at things, right? I'm also threatening the queen. So, yeah, I'm up a rook. Sod it. You know? Trade off. then I've got no issues with just castles and proceeds. That's the threat. Yeah, so my opponent's screen name is 12909. I'm thinking I can do this, but I'm just going to check first. I prefer one after 909. So, what's that? Is that Abbey Road or is it Revolver? One after 909? Don't think it's Let It Be. I think it's Abbey Road, probably. Okay, so we have a hanging knight, right? Comes with check. King can't move, right? No legal moves. Therefore, the only legal move is bishop blocks, which fails. So rook takes bishop. Or queen takes bishop. Actually, rook takes bishop is check. Thinking the king's got this escape square. But I think we can cross that bridge when we come to it. He's in check. You can't move the king. Right? You cannot capture the checking piece. He says, well, just checking you can't. So the only legal move I think is to block the check. Here. Now, I'm thinking that if queen takes, I force a trade of queens. And that's simply winning, because I'm actually going to be plus 11 materials. So all his stuff will belong to us. Yeah? Also, there's... Oh, hello. Also, there's this as well. So let's just play this through. There. Right, I've got options. I can take with the rook, for example, and that's check. And if queen takes, you're just giving up even more material. But yeah, absolutely deadly. Deathifying. Bishop here. And he has to give up his queen. Not sure which is best, but it's all winning. This is the point. And I struggle when it's all winning, you know. Bishop here. This bishop's pinned. King can't go there or there because of my bishop. Can't go there or there. He does have this move. So the only legal moves are this. This one actually pins the queen. So don't I just have that then? I think that is just like mate. So I think king d8 might be the move. But then after rook d1 check, again, he can't go there, he can't go there, there, he can't go. So it's got to be blocked, and the bishop's pinned and can't do it. Therefore, you've got to do that with your own queen. I think that's mate. No, it's not. He goes here again. Crikey. And that is mate. So absolutely devastating. Let's have a quick look at the game review. Okay, we paste it into the magic box. Have a look at the review. What do we think we got? I'd like to think it's 1700 plus from me. 85 accuracy is indicative of a good score. I have a miss. Okay. Did we get 1700? Got 1900 again. I'm literally racking up these 1900s, guys, at the minute. Now, admittedly, opponent is 1000, so the weaker the moves they make, the easier they make it for you as a stronger player to find good moves. But there's a limit to that. I mean, they don't make you play well. They make it easier for you to play well. But you can still find the best moves, the most accurate moves against a player who is strong in a tighter situation as well. So, I don't know. I don't think it's that simple. So, let's just check. Okay, so knight there is book. Book, bookity, bookity. D takes. Was that the best? I'm just interested here. No, it says B takes. It says B takes is slightly better. Okay. And that's a mistake. So just trade off. Free stuff. Knight f6 is excellent, and we're already a pawn and a half up. Okay, didn't like that. It says just fianchetto your bishop. That also defends the pawn, by the way. And notice I really delayed this move. It's an obvious move, and I really need to do it after I've built this pawn triangle. Just shove your bishop in there. You're one step closer to castling hunting. Now I do it. So I do think a television. Doesn't like that's his knight f3. See how it's favouring development? I went for pawn structure. It says no, just develop. You fool. Didn't like that. Still wants me to play the knight move. Yeah, we had a few options here, didn't we? Okay. Doesn't approve of that either, because it just says knight f3. So I develop your stupid knight, and this is a blunder, because I get to come back here with tempo, and yeah, there we go. Okay. But the finish I was quite proud of, and I think this move I thought was really nice. And it comes down to the thing of saying, okay, I have a decisive advantage in the game, cash in now, right? It's like you're up load of chips in the casino, bloody cash in and go home. Don't stay up all night drinking and playing more thing. Not that I gamble or play in a casino. Can't think of much worse for me. No, H3, whatever. But this is just a way. This is what you have to do. How do I get the best result? I'm attacking the knight. He had to trade. Oh, you're kidding me. Mate in one. Mate. Dear, oh dear. And there's me going, and I know, all right, before you're put in the comments, please, and if you've already put this in the comment, you can go ahead and delete it. I know, right, I got there. At some point in that video, I said, right, what's the quickest finish? And missed mate in one, okay? But I know that my coup de grace instinct needs to be honed. I know that. I'm trying, okay? But I thought it was a good game. And I got a 1900, so no. So, quite happy again. Anyway, that'll do. Thanks for watching. See you later.